All right, we are restarting. We had little interruption there. And that's what happens, guys, in life, okay? You set everything perfect, right? For like this video. Okay, I have the moment, I'm going to record now, and then something happens. Life happens, right? And we can be super upset about it, or we can just accept it. Well, it happened, right? Because perfection doesn't exist. It's an illusion. If we try to make everything perfect, we will be constantly disappointed, because what is perfection anyway, right? According to whom? So we just have to literally flow with the life that's presenting to us. So I apologize. Actually, I don't apologize. Maybe it was meant to be like that. That my previous broadcast, my live, got interrupted. So I have to redo it. I have to hop on and redo it. So I'm just waiting for people to tune in to make sure that we are live here. And we will continue on our journey of discovery and asking questions and pairing it with solutions. What do we do with all this chaos we are finding ourselves? And remember, we are the brave souls that came here for all of this. So I don't want anyone to be depressed. I don't want anyone to be scared, because it only means that you don't have the right knowledge and that you have to learn. You have to, actually the biggest thing is the unlearning and relearning, because just like if you really want to thrive at this, you have to accept that most likely everything that you've been taught and that everything you've been made believe is not true. Literally. That would be like the awesomest, the best start. If you really want to make difference in your life, in difference in other people's life, just starting from a clean slate would be the best recommendation I could give you, because I am still on my journey and it will never finish, because knowledge is ever expanding. That's why I love to talk to new people. That's why I love to explore how they approached their challenge, how they are seeing some of the things that I am seeing and that we are seeing, and then just see if, they have different perspective, right? And they see it from a different kind of angle, and their different kind of angle will get you maybe on the path to your solution, the path to fixing things, improving things, making it better. So anyway, I hope that we are live. I don't see any sign of life actually out there here on Facebook. We are approaching 11:11, so the magical powers are with us, okay? Always, we are in good hands. We are powerful creators. We are stepping into our proper standing as the creators that we really are. Okay, because when all the money was taken away from us, there had to be a solution. There had to be a remedy provided for the people. Otherwise, they wouldn't be able to do it. And so now we are actually entering into this exciting times of our life. And right now it's 11:11. Okay, so here we go. It's a magical life, and we are stepping into our power, and even we have the signs from the universe that all the powers are with us, and all we have to do is we have to be aligned with the universal laws, with God's law, which then applies to the man-made law. Okay, everything has to be in alignment, and you know that it's alignment, that it resonates with you. Okay, and when it resonates with you, then you know that you can actually stand on those facts. It is your truth until it's proven otherwise. And this is the biggest problem I see with most people, because they have so many cooks in the kitchen, all right? They are looking at this process. They are looking at that process. They are looking at this and that. And it's like this constant mental white noise that a lot of people basically exist in. It's distracting you, it's confusing you, it's bamboozling you. Like many people say, well, this whole process is like so confusing. Well, it was designed that way, okay? It was designed to confuse you until you quiet the mind, you literally forget everything you've been taught, and you start learning the history, what happened. You start learning what they've done, and actually start reading these acts, start reading these laws they made, okay? Because they basically show you and tell you everything. So everything, you will start suddenly seeing everything right in front of your eyes. And that's what I will be kind of going over in today's video. So in today's video, I will be talking about, if you watched my previous video, which I think is part number 8, we were talking about the promissory note. We were talking about how money is created, you know, what has been done, and that you weren't loaned anything, that you are the creditor. Your promissory note is the security instrument. And it's really interesting because I was diving more into my documents here. And so here is one of the deed of trusts. And when you start reading your documents, okay, and you start really comprehending, and the comprehension starts when you really you have to have quiet mind. You have to let go of all the programming of that you are a debtor, that you are bad, that you are a criminal, you are a sinner, right? That's been kind of like, we've been so indoctrinated with that we cannot really step out of that self-limiting beliefs and start thinking from a different perspective that, well, hey, if they took our money, which is a known fact, just go to read the Emergency Banking Act of 1933, go to research The Creature from Jekyll Island, great book. You can also listen to it as an audiobook, that these 6 bankers, had a secret meeting at Jekyll Island down in Georgia, where they basically created, this Federal Reserve System. And it's really incredible. If you really think about it, 6 dudes got together, okay? And they created a system for the whole nation, okay? Financial system for the whole nation. This is not our government. Federal Reserve is not federal. It's a private bank, and 6 guys are behind it. Just think how powerful, you can really be, and all you can create. So 6 men got together. So anyway, going back to the deed of trust, I was reading through these documents, right? And right here it says that the security instrument means this document, which is dated where the promissory note was executed, okay? And I have actually also a copy of my promissory note here, which basically said that in return for a loan that I have received, okay, I promise to pay $230,000 plus interest to the order of the lender. And the lender is, this saving bank, Federal Savings Bank, Ohio Savings Bank. So now you see how they switched it on us, right? So they take the promissory note. So that's a promissory note, right? They give you the promissory note, and they tell you, well, now, here is the line for the signature. So you sign it, right? And what does the promissory note need to have? Or the application, okay? The application needs to have the name of your trust. Okay, so that's the all capital letter name. Please do not call it a strawman. Okay, that's like a baby, silly talk. We are estate owners. Okay, that's our estate. So the Lenka Coloma, all capital letters, is my estate that was created on my behalf because there is no money. There is no money of exchange. We don't have any way to pay for anything. Please, people, get it into your minds. Okay, there is no money. Okay, there is only money of account. It's basically the credit and the debt. Okay, so it's the credit side and it's the debt side. And we are the creditors because they took all the money and they basically, the deal was that we will have way to set off, discharge, or terminate all the alleged debt. That's what was set up for the people, because they couldn't just take money away from us and leave us with nothing. Okay, that would be illegal. That wouldn't fly. Okay, so they had to provide the remedy, and you see, it was not authorized act of Congress, but they are able to operate in this voluntary bankruptcy because they are bankrupt. There is no money. Okay, as long as they do not deny remedy to the people, which means that we have to have the way to set off, discharge, terminate this debt, right? So this promissory note in the deed of trust, okay, right here, that's my deed of trust on one of my properties. And they tell you that right here, security instrument means this document, which is dated July 12, 2010, together with the writer to this document. Okay. And so this is the security instrument, that promissory note, where they said that in return for loan that I have received, you see, and that's the catch. That's the catch. Because what these mortgage companies will be doing, when you start challenging and you you start asking these questions, they will be pretending like the loan happened. So now let's discuss the REIT, the real estate investment trust, the MERS, the RESPA, and all that stuff. And you have to say, no, we cannot get to that discussion of. And by the way, a trust was created. And I'm not even part to it, where MERS, they actually tell you right here that MERS is the beneficiary. Okay, it's just really fascinating. But you have to stay on your square. So the first on the note says that in return for a loan that I have received. That I have received, for a loan that I have received. That's very interesting because I was there. I was there on July 12, 2010. And I don't remember that I received anything of substance of my mortgage companies that I took full possession, full custody, control, and care of, that I was having it in my hands, or that it arrived into my account. Okay, that they actually transferred this money into my account, or these, we shall say, credits. And out of that account, then I was able to pay the seller. Okay. And I bought the house. So we know that didn't happen. And I have a first-hand knowledge. I was there, and I have also witnesses. Okay. So right there, here is the critical part, that we need to challenge the loan. You need to show me that you loaned me something of substance of yours. What was it really? When we don't have money of exchange, Mr. Mortgage Company, you are just doing financial banking transaction. Okay, that's all you are doing. Okay, so don't fool me. All right, I do know that this is a security instrument, which also you refer to in the deed of trust. Right here, it says right here. And then, as you keep reading, you learn that they turn you into a tenant, Okay, so that was the bait and switch. Showed you the land, showed you the property, showed you the barbecue, showed you the pool, showed you the house, all the wonderful upgrades, right? And then they turn you into a tenant. How is it possible? How is it possible that suddenly you are a tenant? Okay, but here is the catch. Okay, here is the catch, because as you keep reading, okay, through your deed of trust, where is it? On which page it is? Oh, here it is. On my third page, it reads it talks about transfer of rights in the property. Okay, so let me read it to you. The beneficiary of this security instrument is MERS, which is a private, different corporation, which they tell me earlier as well. And the successor and assigns of MERS. This security instrument secured to lender the repayment of the loan and all renewals, extensions, and modifications of the note, the performance of the borrower's covenant and agreements under the security instrument and the note. For this purpose, borrower irrevocably grants and conveys to trustee in trust with powers of sales the following described property located in the county of Orange. Okay? So this is how they securitize the property, how they transfer the rights into the property. Okay? But here, you have to be able to also read their own fraud. You have to remember that County of Orange is a corporation, all right? It's a corporation that is, I will tell you all the details on it, that is located in the United States, which is a federal corporation pursuant to 28, Title 28, Section 3002, Section 15, Part A, Federal Corporation, which is located in a District of Columbia pursuant to UCC Article 9, Section 307, Part H, all right? So this County of Orange, which is also located in state of California, which is also a corporation, all right? With EIN number, with DUNS number. Many people ask me, well, Lenka, what is this DUNS number? DUNS number is Dun and Bradstreet number where all corporations are listed. So you will find Home Depot there, you will find, Sears, you will find McDonald's, any corporations. That's basically for their credit listing. So here we have it, okay? So County of Orange, EIN number 95-6000928 with, this was their EIN number. That's EIN number. So that's employer identification number. So that you get that when you just call their human resources department and they give you the EIN number. And the DUNS number is 0096576002. And when you do your research, you will find out that they are listed as a corporation. Okay, so that's a corporation. State of California, EIN number 9462074665, DUNS number 106917774. So there you have it, my beautiful souls, okay? So we cleared that. So that property that they are securing their interest in is located in a corporation called County of Orange, which is sub-corporation of State of California. It's actually all franchisees, if you really start digging into it. State of California of the big federal corporation in the United States, located in District of Columbia, which is 10 square mile area in District of Columbia. So that's where their property is located, okay? And it says it right here. It says it right here in my deed of trust. And then they say, see Exhibit A, which further describes this property they securitized against this alleged loan, which is under assessor's identification number. Okay, so here we have the APN, that's the assessor's parcel number, which has an address. Okay, and there, very, very important when we are looking at these addresses, anything that has the zip code, okay, is putting that property into that federal territory, which is literally an overlay. It's overlay over the actual land that they did when they created this real estate scam. So we have to remember. So before I get into that, so that's where they're allocating their property. They secure their interest into. And so then let's look at the Exhibit A, okay, shall we? Let's look at Exhibit A. So Exhibit A explains that this property located in County of Orange Corporation in a state of California corporation that's located in the Federal Corporation of United States that's located in District of Columbia. And this is how they describe it. It's a lot 3 of track number 12915 in the city of Laguna Niguel, County of Orange, State of California, there we have it, as per map recording in book 588, page 1 through 6, inclusive of miscellaneous map in the office of the county recorder of said county. Okay, so there we have it. So here we have it. It's the overlay. It's the overlay that's located in the federal territory of the federal corporation called United States that's located in District of Columbia. Well, my property is an actual land, okay? And an actual land that's located in California state, a republic. It's not located in some fictitious creation of the mind of some smart slave masters. So this is why people, we had American Revolution where the king actually gave the people the king's right. So you can be your own king, you can be your queen, all right? And you are your king and queen when you own the land. When you own land, only in America we can truly own the land. And that was all secured under these grants and land patents and private land claims. And this is my land patent for the actual property that they try to fool me that I do not own, okay? This is why we are perfecting these land patents. And this is a certified copy of a land patent that's pertaining to my property. And this is why it's so critical that we perfect these land patents, okay? Because the land patent is sitting. It's literally sitting. It's not going anywhere. It's assigned to the land, not really to the people. So people come and go, and this is why we bring this land patent, okay, which has a specific number, forth in our name. So I researched my property and under which land patent it is. And then what you do is you have to describe the specific area, the specific land, okay? So as we were reading their legal description through the real estate scam, I will now show you, and where do I have it? When we bring this land patent forth in our name, which we perfect. So this is my land patent update here. And here in this land patent, now we are actually describing the specific property that I settled on, because that would be probably the best way to describe it. because you cannot really buy land. It can be transferred. It can be, you can basically pass into your heirs. Okay, so this is what we do with the land patents. We bring it forth in our name because it's been sitting dormant, abandoned, literally abandoned. And we have to describe the actual property, okay? So the actual property is described as at the corner of San Juan Road at north 51 degrees, 36 minutes and 0 seconds east, there is 2-inch iron pipe tagged RCE 23956 or 8-inch spike and washer stamped RCE 23956 or lead and tag RCE 23956 face north 51 degrees 36 minute 0 seconds east, go for 272.38 feet, then go 60 feet and blah 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 blah. And it's this long description of the actual land that we are now securing under the land patent, which we post for anyone to object or anyone having claim to that specific land to object it. And when it's not objected, after 60 days, the land patent perfects. And so when we go back to the deed of trust, these mortgage companies who breached their fiduciary duty and didn't properly process the security instrument, and instead they stole it. They flipped it on us and turned us into debtors, into borrowers. And what this is really, that's just a small part. What is really a big thing is what's going actually behind the closed doors, that this is security fraud, because this is securities that they go and they are traded, okay? And if you go, I think it's the Bloomberg portal, and you start really seeing the CUSIP numbers and all the companies that are trading these securities. And that actually on this note, that you really didn't think much about it, which is security instrument that is now traded and is making millions, okay? It's making millions of dollars. And these mortgage companies, these, financial institutions have the audacity to turn around and say, okay, now you owe me with interest, which, by the way, that's interest they should be paying you for these securities that you've created. You've created this money of account. You've created a security that now they are trading. And that interest is those are the dividends, okay, on your securities. So if you go into the bank and you actually start seeing all the CUSIP transactions and everything that's being done, you will see most of these mortgage companies, the numbers that I've been researching on $200,000 alleged loan, they are making in range of $500 to $600 million, okay? And they have the audacity to turn to people, charge them interest, and then also foreclose on these homes, okay? That I just proved to you, they don't even have any interest. They have no interest in the actual land, in the actual home that you are living in. And people do not realize because they don't read the documents, they do not comprehend the documents, and it's on us, people. It's on us. We cannot blame someone else. We need to stop watching, all the sports games and gossiping and posting these stupid pictures of Facebook, oh, look at me here, or look at me there. No, we need to start learning, and we need to start comprehending what they are actually telling us. Because I don't want to see any more foreclosures out there. Because that should not even be happening. These banking institutions need to step into their fiduciary duties of properly performing our security instruments. And that's when we start properly instructing them. That's when things will start changing. Okay? And you have to grow the spine. You have to make the time, because this is important. This is very important, because, many people then come, oh, please help me this, help me that. No, we don't deal with any emergencies. We prevent emergencies. It's the same thing with health. You do not wait until cancer grows in your body. You create a lifestyle that is preventing this crisis. Okay? That's when we are stepping into our power and we are handling our affairs. So, going back to remember, deed of trust is not actual title. It's a color of title. And very important, once again, read through your documents and you will see that all these the mortgage companies and all these Fannie Mae's and Ginnie Mae and the MERS and all that stuff, okay, that can only be discussed when the loan is verified. Okay, not validated, but verified, that there was actually something of substance that you were loaned. For there to be a loan by definition. Look up the definition of a loan. Someone needs to give you something of substance that you actually take into your possession, okay? And then you promise to give them something in return, okay? So when in my note it said that for the loan I received, I am agreeing to give them basically the promissory note. That's when it says to pay that amount of money, because the promissory note is security instrument, as they do tell you in the deed of trust. Okay. The other thing I wanted to say, and also very important is that all these mortgage companies and loaning institutions, they have to follow GAAP, okay? That's generally accepted accounting principles, okay? And what that means is, and let me, there is also federal law, because everything is codified, okay? So everything is there for you. And let me see here. Okay, so that's codified under 12 USC 1831 NA, which requires all federally insured FDIC banks to follow GAAP. GAAP requires the use of double entry bookkeeping journal entries. So it means when you give them the promissory note, that has to be recorded as an asset. That's an asset. And when they create the asset, they have to create the liability. So when bank accepts cash, checks, negotiable instruments, promissory notes, okay, and it's all the same, or any similar instruments from a customer, and deposits or records the instruments as an asset, they must record an offsetting liability that matches the asset they accepted for the customer. The liability shows they owe the customer the money they accepted from the customer. So your promissory note is an asset. It's a deposit. It's a credit. So let's say in this case, it was $360,000. So my promissory note created $360,000 in their bookkeeping entry, which they had to match it with the 360,000 liability, okay? But what they are doing is they are taking that promissory note and from doing the banking transactions and giving it to the seller, basically paying for the house and then turning back to you with the liabilities that now they are giving you loan and now you owe them the money when in fact you were the lender. You were the lender. Now, let's go and let's look at the 12 USC 1831 N. What does it say? And please don't believe me. Google everything. Okay, so here we have it. Okay, 12 USC 1831 N, which reads Accounting Objectives, Standards, and Requirements. And when you scroll to part 2, the standards is Uniform Accounting Principle consistent with GAAP, Generally Accepted Accounting Principle. Subject to the requirements of this chapter and any other provision of federal law, the accounting principles applicable to reports or statements required to be filed with federal banking agencies by all insured depository institutions shall be uniform and consistent with generally accepted accounting principles. So there you have it. There you have it. No one can complain that they are hiding something from you, from us. They are not hiding. It's all in a daylight. We just have to shine the light on it. We need to know how to connect the dots and start acting like the proper, creditors and estate owners that we truly are. So wishing you everyone an amazing day. You can always DM me. We are helping people, assisting people, and we want to make sure that there are no more foreclosures, that there are no more homes being taken away, because people need to learn the history. They need to learn their rights. They need to learn the facts, the evidence to which the law attaches. Have an amazing day. Sending much love.